Hey guys, on my last video there was someone who commented they wanted to know what I had to do for my swap. So I decided I'm home from college this weekend, so I will make up a video. And so here it goes. Let's just go under the hood real quick. Oh shit. Alright, so for modifications wise, the engine is fairly stock. I mean, the standard bore, I have flat top pistons with valve reliefs. I have a video about the engine build if you want to look into that. So for the first major modification from the 2.5 to the 5.2, you will see these body mounts right there that connect to the frame, the cross member right there, and then to the engine. So those mounts are not the same for the 3.9 because this is a 1990, so it only came with the 2.5 or the 3.9. Mine came with the 2.5, so I had to find those mounts, which was probably the most difficult and most costly part of the entire swap. Those mounts, I think I paid about $200 for each side. And besides that, that's really the only modification, really. I have an AX15 5-speed tranny on there, and the same mounts and everything hook up there. As for electronics wise, I just cut out the entire computer. I still have a big mess of wires right here that I need to get rid of because they really aren't being used. I basically have a positive from the ignition, and then the positive going to the HEI distributor, and then I've got a negative going to the distributor, and then I got another. You'll ask what that other wire is. That's just for my tach. And then what I experienced when I first got it running was that the alternator was not charging the system. That was because the computer was not picking up that the distributor was there, so it wasn't charging. So I ended up just buying an old, I think that's from a 1988 or whatever, voltage regulator, and just spliced that into my alternator wiring, and that regulates mine like it used to in the 80s. Another modification, I had to drop the fuel tank and take out the old fuel pump, and then I just ran a hard line all the way down with an external Holley fuel pump on the outside. That's running about, I think it's 7 psi, and then I have it regulated down to 4.5. Well, if you decide to go fuel injected, you're going to have to go with a larger fuel pump and a whole different setup. I decided to go carbureted for simplistic reasons. Engine bay is pretty messy. Really messy, really. And that's really the only modifications. On the inside, you don't have to cut anything up. The gauges all worked except for the temp. Temp doesn't work, and the oil pressure is actually inversed. So when it says low pressure, it's actually high, and when it says high pressure, it's actually low. But I've dealt with that. This is actually not the original gauge cluster because I have different wheels in the back and the front. I got RX-8 18 by 8 with what are they? I think they're P255 40 or 50. No, 245 50 R18s. So my ratio was a little different, so I went from the 80 mile per hour speedo to the 125, and I have the tack on there. I'm trying to figure out how to hook that up so I don't have to have that big thing. But yeah, as you can see, the shifter's in the exact same spot. No cutting, no hammering, no nothing. It fits in there quite nicely. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to look at all my other videos. They're of course about the truck. But thanks for watching.